This is Gary, the fist pump guy over in Enterprise, Alabama at Bondi's Toyota. Today I decided we'll take a little ride along in a 2015 Camry. We're going to be in the XSE, which is the upgrade from the SE. As I told you before, this has the upgraded 18-inch alloy machine finish wheels. It also have the ultra suede heated seats with the soft text lining on them. You will have some other features that come standard, but I'll talk to you a little bit about that as we go. But what I wanted to mainly do is I wanted to show you what kind of ride quality you have in a new Camry. They've come a long way from the older models, and they are far surpassing anything else on the market. So I'm going to ride with the air down low and the radio off, and I'm going to try to not get us in a wreck. So hold on to your seats. Might be a little shaky as we go. Trying this for the first time to see how well it goes, and I'll talk to you a little bit about the features and stuff as we go. One thing you notice real quick on the Camry, they have done a lot of upgrades to it. It's very easy to handle. It rides extremely well. It does have a lot of room in it. Obviously, most of you know I'm 6'5", so I don't have any problem getting in and out of it. The Camry is one of the few vehicles where I don't like putting the seat all the way back, so I feel like I'm too far away from the gas pedal. So typically when I'm in a Camry in the driver's seat, if my wife ever lets me drive hers, I usually don't put the seat all the way back, so that way I don't feel like I'm too far away from the gas pedal. Now, one thing a lot of people get, confused about is the new 4-cylinders on these Toyotas. They have done an extremely good job of making them perform well with good horsepower and torque, and still get you good fuel economy. So this 2.5 4-cylinder paired with a 6-speed automatic transmission, it gets you somewhere in the neighborhood of 35 miles a gallon. And Toyota's been real good about having their fuel economy pretty accurate as opposed to some of your other brands. But one thing you will notice right off the bat is when you take off on this car, it is pretty peppy. So you don't have to worry about getting a 4-cylinder and not be able to pass somebody on the highway. It's a very responsive ride as far as the gas pedal goes, and the steering. It's electronic power steering, so it's very sensitive to the touch. Now these cars are front wheel drive, but you notice that it has a very responsive steering wheel right off the bat. Now this XSE model does have a Sport Tunes suspension on it to give it a little bit sportier ride, but it still rides good. It's good and comfortable. The seats are comfortable. You have sport paddle shifters on the steering wheel if you want to shift manually, or you can shift with the gear shifter by putting it into standard mode. Now there's a lot of standard features on the Camrys now that didn't used to be standard across the board, such as automatic transmission, power windows and door locks. You move up to the Camry now, you get a standard backup camera across the board along with touchscreen radio, hands-free phone, Bluetooth on the steering wheel, audio controls on the steering wheel, auto headlights on the steering wheel. When you move up to the XSE, you do get an LED daytime running light, which is extremely bright. We have one of these, and I will tell you that it's people can see you coming from a long ways away. But as you notice, as we're going, it's extremely windy outside. But it's to a minimum in this car. Previous body styles, you actually heard a lot of that road noise and stuff. And I'm around cars. I'm driving down a main road, and you hardly hear anything. There is a little bit of wind outside, but it's because it's beating up beside the sides of the car. But it's extremely quiet. And keep in mind, I've got the air down and the radio on. A lot of times when you go to car dealerships, they turn the radio up so you can't hear the engine noise and the wind noise. But as you can tell, there's minimum to none engine noise inside this car. I want you to notice that, because on a lot of 4-cylinder engines, on a lot of your other brands, you'll hear nothing but engine noise in there the whole time, especially when you're getting on it. But one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to turn down this road real quick, and I want you to notice, you can't see it from here, but the turning radius on this thing is extremely tight. It's one of the tightest on the market. So for those of you that get scared about getting put in a sticky situation, not be able to turn around, I'm not even moving the steering wheel. I just turned it all the way to the left, made a complete circle without ever moving the steering wheel and taking my foot off the gas. Now, I told you about some standard features. All new Toyotas come standard with a star safety system. It's composed of 6 components, and essentially what they do is they work together to help you maintain control of the vehicle in almost every driving condition. So if there's wet roads or anything like that that requires the vehicle to maneuver, generally speaking, it's got sensors in it that'll help you stay on path. But it also comes standard with smart stop technology that will, if your gas pedal is depressed at the same time your brake does, the brake overrides the gas, takes the car down to a idle position, and then it'll let you put it in gear, and you can dislodge the gas pedal, whatever's maybe holding it up. But I mentioned before, the star safety system is important. It's one of the best systems on the market, and it works. And the reason I say that is because there's sometimes in other vehicles it doesn't really hold true. One thing to make note of is on the Toyota Camry. The Camry comes standard with a full-size spare. Now it's a steel wheel, but it's a full size, the same height as the tires that are on it. Why that's important is because a lot of your other brands have a temporary or donut spare. The problem with that is most of the time, if you have a flat tire on the front, you can't put that on the front because it's a safety hazard. So what they do is they require you to change out your front tire with one of your back tires and then have to put your donut spare on the back. The Camrys, all you have to do is put the spare on whichever tire is flat. And what that'll do is that doesn't hinder your star safety system, which is all your braking mechanisms and your steering stuff. Like on other brands, if you do that, a good chance your safety features won't work properly because that tire is not going to be the correct size. Now, while we're talking about safety, obviously we always know that the Camry is one of the safest, most dependable, durable cars on the road. One thing they did in the Camry is they went to a 10 airbag setup in these Camrys. We do have a couple vehicles that offer 10 airbags, but we're one of the few on the market that offer that. And what that includes is your driver and passenger side knee airbag, your side seat mounted airbags up front, your front 2 airbags, your steering wheel airbag, and the one above your passenger. Like I said, your side curtains airbags front and back, and then you have side seat mounted airbags in the back. And what that does, that gives added protection to your back seat passengers, which is your most precious cargo. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get back out here on the road, and we're going to drive a little bit longer. I want you to notice the ride comfort, and obviously you can't feel it, but you can see it by how I'm reacting to it. Also, I want you to notice that the wind noise is minimum as well. Now I'm going to stop at this stoplight up here, and I was just at a stop sign. Notice how there's very little engine noise, if any noise at all. I can barely hear this truck sitting next to me. It's a Ram 1500. I can barely hear it. But why that's important is because if you're riding down the road with no radio on blocking out the sound, that's helpful. That's helpful because it obviously keeps your noise inside the cockpit down. Now there's a lot of standard features on this Camry. I will tell you that we love ours. We are on our probably 5th Camry, I guess now, and they've improved it every time we've got a new body style. So don't forget, I'm over at Bondi's Toyota. I'm the fist pump guy. Follow the fist pump to Enterprise. Some people know me, some people don't. I love to work with you. Definitely come over and check out the Camry. Call me for an appointment. 334-347-5200 is the dealership number. Or you can email me at Gary@thefistpumpguy.com, or thefistpumpguy@yahoo.com. Call me, email me with any questions. If you want to set an appointment up, please call me as soon as you can. Have a great day.